friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I'm going to be doing two looks with the Eaze Beaute Tropical Vibes palette. I treated myself to this recently. I've loved Eaze Beaute for a very long time, and this color story stole my heart, so of course I had to pick it up. It's the rules. I had no choice. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get a first impressions up very quickly, so I figured I would just do a two looks video in my first impressions. I'm doing swatches, and at the end of the video, I am going to be doing comparisons with the Melt Cosmetics 420 palette, so if you want to see that, stay tuned. I'll be doing swatches and everything. I do also plan on doing an Instagram video / TikTok at some point, so if you want to see an additional look, just stay tuned because it'll be coming. I also will be giving my jewelry details in both looks, but I'm pretty sure I wear the exact same jewelry in both looks, so who even knows? And then at the end, I will of course give you my thoughts so far on the palette. It is my first 2 times using the palette, so I haven't used everything yet, but I have my thoughts pretty formed so far, so I'll give you my thoughts about that later. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop in and get to swatching the palette and showing close-ups and stuff. This is what she looks like. It is a swampy, grungy, delicious dream. It's definitely not like your traditional tropical vibes. I feel like when you typically hear that in like palette form, it's always very like bright pinks and bright oranges and just very like beachy kind of vibes. This is very much like the jungly kind of vibes, very rainforesty, and I think it's really beautiful. I was a little nervous what the color story was going to be just based on the name. I was like, is that really going to fit this time of year very well? Not that makeup has to be seasonal, but you know, I do gravitate towards certain things more than others, and I was so pleasantly surprised when this was the inside. I think it's gorgeous. 15 beautiful shades, 3 delicious metallics, and this is the newer formula. Everything going forward is the newer formula. I personally never had an issue with their old formula, but the new formula is really nice. It does blend a little bit easier. I find the metallics to be a little bit brighter and a little bit just more pigmented. So if you had issues with the past formula or you were skeptical, you might enjoy it now. I love it. I've always loved it, but I do love it a little bit more now. So yeah, we're gonna get into it now. I'm gonna create 2 looks, and then at the end I will do my little comparisons with the 420 palette. Hello, good morning. I'm getting ready for work. First peppermint mocha from Starbucks of the season. I'm not the biggest Starbucks person, but when it comes to those holiday drinks, ooh, my heart gets so full. Let me give you my jewelry details before I forget. These earrings and this necklace, not that you can see it, are both from Shop Sun & Co. You can use my affiliate code battybean for 10% off, and this ring is from Ana Luisa. So yeah, let's just create some magic, right? I want to do a very grungy, blown out half cut crease today. I really want to play with those murky greens. That's just what I'm feeling, so let's do it. I'm going to prime with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eye Primer today. So I want to start with the shade Pickle right here. I'm really attracted to that grungy khaki color, and it kind of matches my shirt today, so I do want that to be a pretty big focal point. I'm just using this old dual-ended ABH brush. My brushes are actually clean, believe it or not. I usually only use these when my brushes are getting dirty. I just wanted to use it because I also wanted to use the smudgy side as well, so I figured might as well use just one brush instead of dirtying 2. My window's open. Do you hear the birds making their noises? It's such a beautiful morning. I'm so happy that we're getting to the time of year where I can leave my window open pretty much at least every morning, sometimes the whole day. I love it. So I'm basically just building it up in this outer corner and a little on the outer part of my lower lash line. Next, I want to take Army right here, and this is where I'm going to use the smudgy side of that brush. I'm just going to pack it in the outer corner just to create some more depth. I'll wing it out a teeny bit, but I want to keep it pretty tight. And I'm also gonna smudge this against the outer half of my lower lash line, because I want a pretty blown out outer corner. I love the way that looks. And then basically, I'm just gonna take some more Pickle and go to town on that lower part of my eye again. Just trying to get it super diffused. I'll also kind of quickly run it right here just to blow out that edge as well, but mostly worried about the underneath stuff. I'm already loving this. Please give me all the murky greens. Favorite thing ever. But now I want to brighten up the inner part of the crease. You may have noticed that I haven't really been putting too much shadow over towards the inner part. You guys already know this chartreuse shade screamed at me, so I need to use it. I'm just going to use this Spectrum B06. It's a fluffy brush. I am just going to go to town, loading it up in the inner part of my crease just to give a nice bright effect. I just love this color story so much. This is actually probably my favorite color story they've ever come out with. Like, I'm certain I like this more than the Flare. Obviously I haven't used all the shades yet, so I need to see how everything performs, but considering this is their newer formula anyway, and I like the color story more, I have a feeling this is my new favorite Ace Beaute palette. And next I do want to take Oahu right here. I'm just taking that on this little e.l.f. tapered blending brush. It's just kind of like a long, skinny, in between pencil brush and blending brush. And I just want to use that just to deepen up that brightness just a teeny bit and also help it flow into the outer corner that I have going on. I'm not doing anything too crazy with this shade. It's mostly just to build dimension. Since I am going to be cutting the crease anyways, this isn't going to be crazy visible, just to help with the final effect. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more chartreuse just to re-intensify. Now it's time for some half-cut creasy stuff. I'm of course going to start with my NYX Glitter Primer because I use it with every shimmer ever. I'm just putting a little bloop of that on this flat brush from Juno & Co. And basically I'm just going to smear this across the lid and then just kind of follow where I want my half-cut crease to kind of lay. For me personally, it's slightly above my natural crease and following the roundness of my eyeball. And I kind of stop it where everything is deepening up in this outer corner. You gotta kind of figure out what works best for you though. So basically, I just want Rainforest smeared all over the lid because I think this will be super pretty and pop nicely with all the dark greens I have going on. Just loading that shade up on my same sticky brush. And I'm just gonna go to town. Oh, that's so pretty and glitzy. Oh, I love it. I love a glitzy textured shimmer like this. It's so gorgeous. So I'm basically just packing this all on the lid and then following kind of that cut where I want that precision to be. And again, just kind of tapping it and letting it fade into the darker greens in the outer part of my eye. Next, I'm just taking one of my little blending brushes. It doesn't really matter which one, just so I can smudge and make sure it flows from matte to shimmer nicely. I'm loving these grungy green vibes. I think it's so cute. I'm actually just gonna quickly pop Rainforest also in my inner corner just because that'll be cute. So I ended up trailing the inner corner just down a little bit, like into my lower lash line just because it got a little ahead of me, but I like it. I'm gonna now throw on my lashes, an eye pencil, and something on my lips, and I'll be back when I'm complete. All right, here's my first look complete. I think this is so pretty. I just love these murky, swampy tones. Be still my heart. The eye pencil I ended up throwing in is Golden Olive from NYX just because I felt like it went with the vibe so nicely. My lashes are from Noella Lashes. They're the style Blair, and on my lips I went with an old lipstick. This is from Dose of Colors from the old Desi X Katie collab. This is in the shade Aftermath. I love this lipstick. I forget to wear it a lot, but today felt like a good day to pair it with this. Just a nice grungy, rusty brown color. Love it. So yeah, I'm very content with this. I'm gonna finish getting ready and go to work. I will see you in a couple days for look number 2. All right, hi, hello. Let's create look number 2. I actually think the video is going up today because I think I'll have time to post it today once I finish it. So hello from the present. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm getting ready for work. Gonna prime with the Hydro Grip Eye Primer from Milk Makeup again. I can give you my jewelry details, but I'm fairly certain I'm wearing the exact same ones. This star necklace from Shop Sun & Co. and these star earrings from Shop Sun & Co. I think I wore these in look number 1. I can't be certain of that, but I think I did. And you know what? If I did, that's okay. They're mine to wear. I am an outfit repeater, thank you very much. So I want to do a halo eye, kind of playing with the purpley and bluey shade, and especially that blue shimmer. I'm gonna start with the blue matte right here. I'm just gonna take that on this Colourpop E9 pencil brush. It's like a fatter pencil brush. And I just want to kind of focus that in the inner and outer portion of the eye. So we're actually getting a second car, and we're hopefully finalizing that today. I don't see why it won't happen. We picked it out yesterday, and we actually have it right now because the place we're getting it from has like a 24-hour test drive. So we're like, well, we might as well just bring it home since we're gonna get it tomorrow. But we are swinging by the bank today because they'll be able to give us a better interest rate than the place, and we're so excited. We weren't planning on getting a second car right now, but the stars just kind of aligned, and I'm very pumped. I love this color. This is gonna look very scary at first. I'm leaving the middle of my lower lash line blank as well so that I can make the lower lash a little haloed. But that color is so pretty. So now I want to work on kind of blending this out a little bit before I add in the purple. I think I want to blend it out with Mango right here, that beautiful yellow. I'm going to take that on this blending brush from Juno & Co. And I'm just going to kind of go to town. I'm okay if this shade kind of goes through the center of my eye, but I want it to mostly just be there too. Help blend and soften that blue. It's gonna turn it a little greenish because blue plus yellow makes green, and I'm okay with that. I'm so sad because I forgot to take pictures like for Instagram of my first look to post at some point down the road. I like don't remember the last time I forgot to take a picture, and I wasn't even like that rushed that day or anything. Just totally forgot, slipped my mind, and I'm really sad because that was a very cute look if I do say so myself. Yeah, that's what's going on in my life. I'm basically just taking very small amounts at a time and using very little pressure. I'm holding the end of my brush so that my motions are very soft. Just to very lightly dust around these edges. All right, now that I'm at this stage, I wanna take Cave, the purple right here. I'm just gonna take that on this Alter Ego number 11 brush. It's just a little pencil brush. And I basically only wanna push this right on the very inner and outer part of my lid and lower lash line. This color is not gonna become a primary focus. It's just gonna be there to add depth and darkness. And again, I'm gonna leave the middle of my lower lash line blank from this shade so that it can stay nice and open for some other colors. Kind of sort of something like that. I'm just gonna take my little Colourpop brush that I used with the blue earlier, just to very lightly smudge along the edge of it, just so it's nice and diffused into that blue. Again, it's not gonna be super obvious that there's purple here, it's just gonna create darkness. All right, moving on to the lid, I'm gonna start with my NYX Glitter Primer, of course. I'm just taking it on this dense little packing brush from Vintage Cosmetic Company from a very old BoxyCharm. And I'm just gonna slather this across my lid. I'm not gonna do anything cut creasy today, I just want a nice blown out colorful halo eye. And I'm taking the beautiful shimmer blue, it's so pretty. Just grabbing it on that same sticky brush, and I'm just going to go to town. And I'm just gonna put it all across the lid. I'll highlight the center with a different shade in a minute, just to give it that bright effect in the center. But in the meantime, I do want this to be very blue. So I'm just putting this all over the center of the lid. Again, I'm not really doing a cut crease, but I'm just making sure I tuck it nice and neat in that socket there. And then I'm just gonna take my little Colourpop brush that I used with one of the shades before. No additional product, just to smudge and make sure it blends into my mattes nicely. I'm also just gonna take a little bit on like the tip of the brush, and I'm just gonna make sure I have it face up so that I don't smack the old residual blue on my cheek. And I want to just push that right up against the center of my lower lash line. And again, just a quick little blend. I love this so much, and I do basically just kind of want to leave it like this, but I am gonna take Rainforest again, like the first look. I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with it, but I'm also just gonna put a little dabble of it just in the center of my lid. I will, of course, show you. I know I didn't use the National Park shimmer in this video, but I'll get to it another time. But yeah, I just wanna do a little dibble dabble of it, just like down the center of my lid, just to give a little extra boost of brightness. It's not gonna be crazy bright, but just to give a little bit of dimension. And then once that's laid down, I'm just gonna take my shimmer blue brush just to kind of tap over it very lightly. No additional product or anything, just so it blends and there isn't just like a streak on my lid. Ooh, that is so pretty. I'm gonna highlight this eye, and then I'm gonna throw on an eye pencil, my lashes, and something on my lips, and I'll be back when I'm complete. All right, here's look number 2. I'm obsessed with this. I thought I was in love with look number 1, but I think I like this one a little bit more. It's just so bright. These shadows are so incredibly bright, and they're so just beautiful. I love how metallic my lids look. I love this. I'm gonna be very content wearing this all day. The eye pencil I threw in is Chartreuse Flash from NYX, just to kind of go with kind of that green popping out around the blend. My lashes are still Blair from Noella Lashes. I think I wore those in look number 1. And on my lips, I'm wearing the Chakra Wave Lippy Stick from Colourpop. I really like a blue, greeny, turquoisey eye with a lighter neutral lip. I think it's so pretty. So yeah, this is the second look. I hope you enjoy it. Let's zoom out and I will give you my thoughts so far on the palette. Okay, so I'm gonna do swatch comparisons with the 420 palette from Melt. Basically what I'm gonna compare first are all the way to here and this yellow, just because I wanted to pair this yellow with this bright chartreuse. And then I'll do the brown shimmer and then these two at the end next. So over here I have Shotgun from Melt, and I paired that next to Mango and Chartreuse from the Tropical Vibes palette. And then this is where I also put Wax, the yellow from the 420 palette. And then next is Faded from the 420 palette, and I paired that with Jungle, Olive, and Army. So far nothing's an exact dupe, but definitely similar vibes if you missed out on the 420 or you weren't confident in getting it just because of skeptical reviews. Next is Chronic from the 420 palette with Palawan from the Tropical Vibes. Totally different shades here. not the same shades of blue at all. And same with the purples. This is Roll It from the 420 palette, and then this one is Cave from the Tropical Vibes. Again, very different undertones, totally different shades of purple. The Tropical Vibes ones are more vibrant, true tones of what their color is. The other ones are more muted, grungy versions. And then last for this section, I have Dank from the 420 palette with Palm Tree and Pickle from the Tropical palette. Palm Tree and Dank are very, very similar. They're not exact, but they're quite similar. All right, moving on to this last section, we have Blunt from the 420 palette with Khaki from the Tropical Vibes palette. And then we have Full Melt from the 420 palette with Safari from the Tropical Vibes palette. They're all burnt, reddish, orangey shades, but none of them are exact dupes. And then moving on to the shimmers, we have Shatter from Melt, which is the only shimmer in the 420 palette, and National Park is the one I felt like was the closest out of the three shimmers, but it's still not exactly the same. And then Hash, this dusty pink in the 420, is unlike anything in the Tropical Vibes, so I didn't include a swatch of that. All right, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope those comparisons with the 420 palette were helpful. I do feel like they definitely have similar vibes, but they're not the exact same. I think there was only one shade that felt like an exact dupe to me, but similar vibes. So if you don't like your 420, or if you were skeptical about the mixed reviews, maybe you could kind of substitute it for this one to get similar vibes. I personally love my 420. I'll probably still continue using it even though I have this one, because they do offer different things, but yeah, there's that. I hope that was helpful, just seeing everything together. Let's talk about the palette itself now. Oh my gosh, I've used so many shades at this point. I want to say the only shades I haven't used are Khaki, maybe Palm Tree, Olive, and Safari. Oh, and National Park. I didn't get around to using that shimmer. But I used a good majority of the palette. Everything seemed to blend so beautifully. The bright shades are so bright. The swampy shades are so swampy. I love how this is such a good combination of colorful and grungy all at the same time. I do kind of wish there was another shimmer in here, like maybe more of a green shimmer would have been really pretty, but I'm not mad at the shimmers that they put in here. I love this blue. I'm glad there's a shimmery color and it's not all neutrals. And Rainforest does make a beautiful highlight with all of these shades. I just feel like a olive green shimmer would have been really pretty, but I do enjoy this as it is. I really don't have any complaints so far. I'm having a fun time. I'm gonna continue using it. Like I said, I'm gonna do an Instagram video for you as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm happy I treated myself to it. This might be one of my favorite color stories that has come out this year. It steals my heart. It's so good. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you pick up this palette? Do you want to pick it up? Have you tried Ace Beaute before? I want to hear your thoughts down below. If you made it to the end of this video, I don't know, I guess leave me emojis that make you think of this palette, kind of those jungly, tropical, rainforesty colors. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I am battybean on everything. I post every day on Instagram, and I'm pretty active on TikTok and Twitter as well. And if you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I post most days over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.